Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying the Berry Mallow Crunchee. It's an Imperial Berliner Weiss from Other Half Brewing Company out of Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give your unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We are back to do that once again. Appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that feedback, and it is free to do. I've got Jay. I've got Andy in the attic. I am Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
The Berry Mallow Crunchee from Other Half.
There you go. I always want to say Berry Manilow.
Don't we all? I mean, it's a national treasure.
Exactly.
Right. All over my hand.
Get my prophylactic measures again. Oh, yeah, I hear it.
Chunky.
Oh.
Chunky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
puree.
Good
I
grief.
told you. It's
Man.
This is going
I
to be
have to shake it a little bit to get it all out.
Yeah.
Aromatic.
What smell reminds me of Chambord.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Of what?
Chambord raspberry liqueur. Look at all that. It's just slowly coming out chunk by chunk.
Yeah. It's almost like it's a half frozen beer.
It's like, the puree. It's like bouncing everywhere.
Right. Yeah. You really want to kind of get that in the initial glass because otherwise you're just going to end up with chunkage later.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Watch
floating.
Oh, no. I mean, mine's like...
Oh, look at it come out.
Yeah. It's just... Yeah. I'm wearing a little bit,
This one will be fun. All right. Have you squeezed enough out of the can there to you got it all, huh?
I am dangerously close to the top. This was not designed to take the whole pint.
Yeah.
But I did not want to leave the chunks.
All right.
As I said, this is a hard glass to handle. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Ben doesn't get that full experience of having to drink through the chunkage.
No, mine's mostly, yeah.
The sound it made falling in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
That's a lot to unpack.
We have had the mixed berry crunchy, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We reviewed that. Ben's Berry Manilow Crunchee here. So the Berry Mallow Crunchee coming in at 7.4%, similar to that was what the other one was. And they described it as a parfait. We went over what parfaits were on mixed berry. So it's got blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, all berries cereal, marshmallow, almonds, toasted coconut, vanilla, maple, cinnamon, and milk sugar. Again, parfait in a can. It is, they call it an Imperial Granola Berliner Weiss. Just another type of smoothie pastry.
Make sure you get it all, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I got the wrong glass for this. This is too small.
Me too. I should have gotten that.
This one worked perfectly. I remembered last time.
Yep.
How chunky this was.
I don't recall mixed berry being this chunky.
Mixed berry is not chunky, and then they also have a raspberry crunchy and several others that they do. This one, I don't know what it is, but when I had this one previously, it was like this.
I guess they put more
More puree.
cereal. The other one didn't have the cereal, I don't recall, or as much of the cereal.
Well, it has that cereal granola on the back end flavor wise, but
well, this will be part of our other half playlist. Other Half Brewing Company, founded in 2014, primarily out of Brooklyn and Washington, D.C., but they got multiple locations. Check out our past reviews if you want to know more.
We'll put the playlist at the end, so you can check that out at the end of this video and see the other half beers that we've tried.
I want to get to know this beer better.
So the argument here is, what do you guys prefer in your beer? Do you like chunkage? Do you like just pure, clean, filtered, processed, smooth?
I don't mind an unfiltered beer. I like them. I like the haze. This is an acquired, not taste, but texture.
Yeah.
Because as a kid drinking orange juice, I don't know any kid, myself included, that like pulp, the orange juice with pulp. You were just setting yourself up for chunkage in your beer. And so early drinking days, I would not appreciate this. It's not my preference, but I am tolerating it. So I ain't hating it, but it's not like I'm seeking it out.
I don't mind the chunkage if it's in a beer that I like, right? Obviously, if it's in a beer that I don't like, then it's more so the beer. But no, this doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I equate this to, getting a strawberry milkshake and trying to suck up the pieces of strawberry through the straw sometimes. That there's just that clump of.
It's like a beer fruit smoothie.
Yeah. That's the best way to describe this one, I think. So, Jay? Have you had this one before? Yeah, you mentioned that, yeah.
It's it reminds me of, you go to a vacation destination and you get a fruity mixed drink, an alcohol drink that melted. It was a frozen, but it melted, and you're left. You don't want to get rid of it. You're like, hey, I paid a lot of money for this, or it's like. So you drink it up. It's kind of what it is. They used the real fruit in it. They blended it, melted.
Yep.
But it's thick.
Yep.
So I actually have had this on draft as well.
How do they get that through the draft lines? Good grief.
I don't think they do. When I had it on draft, it was pure liquid. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it was in the taster glass there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that would be draft lines I wouldn't want to have to clean afterwards.
No, I think it's the puree like this is strictly in the cans. I think they take more of the other. I'm not sure how you would do that. It looks like all of the puree is floated to the top of mine. So they would likely take it out of the bottom of the vat for the draft lines of the kegs.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll jump in and go first on this one. I like this one a lot. I think this one is really good. It is, if you've ever been to a Smoothie King, this is a Smoothie King, smoothie with alcohol. And it is really good, in my opinion. I think, it's hard to pull out anything specific as far as, you just get a fruit flavor profile. The milk sugars I get a little bit of, just because that's maybe just a little bit of a higher touch of those, in my opinion. So I can kind of pull those out. But everything else just blends together really well. This one, I would drink this one often if I had the option to. This one's an 8.5 for me all day long. I love it. Andy, what do you think?
I like I keep looking down at the ingredients in it, and I keep trying to taste, what the lingering in my mouth. I was like, okay, I can get that toasted coconut. I can pick up vanilla. I can't, maybe cinnamon. I don't know. The mallow, the marshmallow. Definitely the cereal. It's get that, and the tanginess. I guess it's more more strawberry is overpowering raspberry and blueberry for me. But it is really good. I think because of the large amounts of chunkage, I'm going to keep it at an 8 and not elevate it to that 8.5. I mean, it's still a great score, but getting it out of the can was kind of a pain. We'll say that. It's got to be user friendly.
Yeah.
Right.
So I really like this series that they do, this Crunchee. When I first had it at the tap room there in DC, I was kind of blown away that you could have a beer that is kind of what I described fruit forward Berliner Weiss or sour, and then on the back end you have that crunchy like a granola or a cereal. It's like, how in the world would they do that? But that's not something I should be worried about.
It's magic.
I try and enjoy it, right? This one I really like as well. It's a great one, but to Andy's point, the chunkage got to me on the first one. I was like, that's just kind of awkward. It's good. It almost pushes it more towards, like Andy alluded, a mixed drink or a combination of beer and wine, because you got the fermented and the fruit. So I can pick up a lot of the things, but like Andy said, it's overpowering with the raspberry for sure. And to your point, Ben, I thought the same thing the very first time I had it. I was like, wow, this reminds me perfectly of Chambord. So, you put a shot of Chambord in here, it'd probably be something else.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with Andy, though. The chunkage just keeps it a little bit below. Otherwise, this would be an 8.5. This is an 8 for me. So
I imagine if I had this on draft without all the chunks, I might have given it 8.5. It's, the flavor is great. And I think, did the mixed berry crunchy, didn't we get that? Was that a Hall of Fame one? I can't remember if it was or not. I think we really like that one.
I'm trying to remember if we've had a Hall of Fame one that was other half yet. I don't think we have. I think the closest we came was the Parish other half combo collab.
Okra.
The okra, yeah. I seem to remember the last time we did other half, we were really like, all of them have been really close, and they've all been in that 8+ range, and I don't think we've gotten to an 8.5 on any other half at this point. So on this one, I blame you guys.
Well, even if I'd gone 8.5, I mean, I would have to go all the way to 9 to get it up there.
But at that point, we could just blame Andy. Now I have to blame both of you. So
yeah,
I'll take the blame. I care not about your feelings on this, Ben.
No, I mean, that's what it is. What it is. I'm going to put it right where it belongs.
So Jay, to that point, when you had it on draft, I realize that's looking backwards, but do you think that was an 8.5 beer?
Well,
does not having the chunkage and some of the stuff that goes along with that lower keep it lower then?
What was your rating?
I didn't change my rating because it was the same.
Oh, okay.
I had already had it with the chunkage, so I didn't really know what to expect, and it was part of a flight. Obviously, you saw the taster, so when I saw it, I was like, no, I need to have that and see if it actually comes out chunky from the tap. But no, I mean it. I had a preconceived notion of it at that point, so it's everything I've had from them for the most part has been really in that high quality content. I, there's only one or two that I've probably rated what we would say is a 7 or lower. And probably those are ones that they're not known for. Something maybe like a rice lager or something along those lines.
That will be an 8.2 for the Berry Mallow Crunchee Other Half Brewing Company. This one came from Washington, D.C. So definitely appreciate you checking out this video. If you've had any of Other Half or specifically this beer, let us know what you think down in the comments. Come say hey in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. We'd love to have you join us for that. Also, you can check us out on all social media links down below in the description. We're in a lot of places, and you can check that out too. If you have any interest in any Hopped Up Beer Review merch, there is a link down below with some koozies, shirts, glassware, etc. If you have any interest in any of the equipment or the glassware that we have purchased, there are links for those as well. Andy, you got a glass you want to show off? Or
You see my glass?
there you go.
Sorry, I was paying attention to you.
There you go. So if you're interested in any of this
Where to
kind of
hide the
stuff,
stash?
so yeah, if you have a stash you need to hide, we've got the glassware for you. Lastly, be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that. And that feedback, it is free to do. And we thank you for doing so. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers,
Cheers,
mates.
mates.